What's going on, everybody? So I'm back today to talk about another film that was released on Shudder recently that a bunch of people on my TikTok had said, hey, have you watched this yet? And I was like, oh, I gotta get to seeing it. And I finally sat down and I watched it. And the movie I'm gonna be talking about today is Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil is directed by Christian Tafdrup. A Danish family visits a Dutch family that they met on a holiday. What was supposed to be an idyllic weekend slowly starts unraveling as the Danes try to stay polite in the face of unpleasantness. So I feel like that we are having this resurgence of film that really excites me. And I talked about it with my friend Ray on my podcast, the Film Monsters podcast, a little bit with the film Burian that was released recently, which I still haven't gotten around to see, but I do know that there's been a lot of talk of like, don't watch the trailer for this movie. Know as little about it as possible when you go into it. And I feel like there's a hunger from audiences that they just want movies that are, you know, not spelled out to them, or that aren't like when you watch the trailer that every individual detail is given away to you. I think recently of Jordan Peele's film Nope, where the first trailer was released. It was super nuanced. It was just a lot of visual imagery that was given to you. And then that second trailer came out and it was like they were spilling out every single element of the film and not leaving anything up to your interpretation. And granted, seeing that film, I still really loved it. There was a lot that wasn't given away, but I wish it was just that first trailer. And Speak No Evil is exactly the same as those type of films. I'm not going to get into a whole lot about the movie because this is something that you should just go into and watch blind as possible. But simply put, like the breakdown I gave you said, you have this family who's vacationing in Italy and they meet this other family while they're on vacation and they hit it off. Everything seems to be great. They have a young son and they really have a nice time together while they're in Italy. Well, then they go back home, and after being home for a couple weeks, they get a letter in the mail from the family saying, hey, we'd love to have you out at our house. We really want to spend more time together because we had a lot of fun when we were in Italy. And you see this family and they have interactions with other couples and they just feel miserable. It's like anytime they meet other people, they just don't feel like they belong. They just feel like they haven't met the right people in their lives yet. It's just one of those things where you get to a point in your own life where you feel like that something is missing and that things just aren't always right. And I really liked that about this movie, is like you can really sort of attach to these two lead characters. And so they decide, hey, it'd be rude not to go. So they take their daughter, they pack the car up and they go meet with this family. Well, things start to seem a little abnormal in the way that these parents treat their kids. They even treat them a little off-putting at times, but it's nothing like so overbearing that it would make you question what is going on. And then things just sort of start escalating. And that's really all I want to say. I don't really want to give any more away because I think you should do yourself a favor and just go watch this as blindly as you can, because this movie is an expert storyteller's way of building tension. This movie from the start to the finish just builds up this tension to where when the third act happens, you really just have no idea how insane this movie gets. It gets very violent, it gets very over the top, and it really is not for the faint of heart. I will say that. If you're not into brutality or violence in films, the last third act of this film is not going to be for you. I think that the movie earns it. The only issue that I have with this film, if I'm going to say anything, is characters make stupid decisions. And I feel like that's something that has existed throughout the entire scope of horror, is that, that there's just dumb people that are in horror movies that consistently make dumb decisions. And it kind of aggravated me a little bit, but I think because of how great the storytelling, the cinematography, the tension, how well all of that's built up, I was able to kind of turn my head a little bit and say, okay, that's fine, I can live with that. But just know when you're getting into it, like, that there is that element and it might upset you just a hair, but it's still totally worth watching. It's really unique, it's very original, and if you have a Shudder subscription, go watch it. It's just really good. So have you seen Speak No Evil? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was an absolute blast. I'm really glad that I watched it just on a whim, and I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot, lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.